Here's some feedback on 3 quick questions of the multiplier effect here in our fiscal policy lesson. The first question was saying if the MPC is equal to 0.8, what are the values of our 2 multipliers? So here we just want to plug in the MPC for the equations that we know, right? For government spending, our multiplier is 1 over 1 minus MPC. So therefore, we'll plug it in 1 over 1 minus 0.8, which is equal to 1 over 0.2, which is equal to 5. So our government spending multiplier, if the MPC is 0.8, is going to be 5. For our tax multiplier, we know it's negative. Important to have that negative sign, negative MPC over 1 minus MPC. Again, we'll just plug in our numbers, negative 0.8 over 1 minus 0.8, which equals negative 0.8 over 0.2, which is equal to negative 4. And what you'll always notice is holding all else constant, if we're just looking at the multipliers, the government spending multiplier will always be 1 additional unit above the absolute value of the tax multiplier. So if the tax multiplier is negative 4, as we see here, then the government spending multiplier would be positive 5. The second question that you had to solve was saying, let's assume that MPC is equal to 0.75, and then it says that government purchases increases by 1,000. Holding all else constant, how will GDP increase? Well, remember, my change in GDP is going to equal my change in that government spending times the multiplier, which is 1 over 1 minus MPC. Now, again, this is holding all else constant. We'll learn about reasons why this might not be the entire amount. This could just be the maximum amount later on in this lesson. But for now, we're just saying holding all else constant. If we know the MPC is equal to 0.75, what do we have changing the real GDP going forward? So we just plug everything in. Well, my change in GDP is what I'm looking for. We know this is going to be positive 1,000 multiplied by 1 over 1 minus 0.75. That's going to be 1,000 times 1 over 0.25, which is going to be 1,000 times 4, which is going to equal 4,000. So if we're holding all else constant and the MPC is 0.75, when government purchases increases by $1,000, we'll see real GDP increase by $4,000. The next thing we did, if MPC is equal to 0.75, almost the same, only now we're seeing taxes go up by $1,000. Well, I'm going to move this just a little bit so that way we have a little more room to work. Same thing, change in GDP is going to equal to my change in taxes times the multiplier, which is negative MPC over 1 minus MPC. Just plug it in. 1,000 times negative 0.75 over 1 minus 0.75 equals 1,000 times 0.75 all over, well, negative sign, 0.25, which is going to equal 1,000 times negative 3, which is equal to negative $3,000. So again, holding all else constant, if taxes increase by 1,000, we would see real GDP decrease by negative 3,000. So here's some practice with MPC and the multiplier effect. If you got all of these correct, nice job. If not, the good thing about an online class is you can go back and you can get more practice. Good luck.